Well, intrepid viewers, here we are back on the front line yet again. So it's only a few weeks ago where the story broke about Rosenstein, and all the political commentators were saying he'd be sacked inevitably because of that, comment about wearing a wire, etc. I saw that he wouldn't get fired by Trump then, and he didn't. But everything moves at such a pace, it can all change, in an hour. In the meantime, a new hideous conspiracy has emerged, and you've got to take it seriously. And a few of you have commented that Trump's intending to fire Sessions, put Lindsey Graham in, and he will then fire Rosenstein and Mueller. Appalling as this is, it's entirely possible. Who knows what this man would do. It's scary, but we've got to have a look. And then after that, I'll be looking at the race in Georgia. So this stuff, Trump's really pushing the boundaries, not only of decency and all that, but really pushing the authoritarian boundaries. And he has a craven GOP at his beck and call who are not pulling him up. So it's really critical to have a look at an issue like this. So I thought I'd do it in 3 parts. The first part, will he fire Sessions? Presumably we're talking about straight after the midterms, but who knows, viewers? I mean, it could be before he has his next hamburger. But the question is, will he fire Sessions? And the second one, will he put in Lindsey Graham? And the third one is, will Lindsey Graham sack Rosenstein and possibly Mueller? And right at the beginning of Trump's presidency, people said, look, checks and balances, if he did that, there would be a meltdown in government. He wouldn't get away with it. But, you really have to wonder at these Republicans. There used to be law and order. If nothing else, law and order. So let's have a look. So the first question becomes, will Trump fire Sessions? Will he fire Sessions? Oh, he's had the finger on the trigger, hasn't he, for a long time. He's been itching to. So what's left of his legal team and everyone else going, are you mad? But I don't think they have any influence anymore. So we'll look at this one. Will he fire Sessions? Big club. 2 aces. Behind and in front. Okay, so what we have here, in the middle, Knight of Cups, an opportunity, an offer being made, coming into town. So is that an offer to Sessions, or are the cards talking about the offer to Lindsey Graham? Might have to do a clarifier on that. Okay. I think I know what's happening. Okay. Underneath, you have the juggling and manipulation, the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Behind the scene, the Ace of Swords. So we are talking about justice issues, cutting through the crap. This, in normal times, represents a standing firm for law and order. This could be Sessions himself. Although he's a ghastly creature, he nonetheless has refused to be bulldozed by POTUS. So he has held on in a way, even though I think everything he thinks and does and says is right-wing horror. Nonetheless, He's supporting the principle of law and order. Deals. So we had deals here and we have deals here. This is the Lover's card. So it's not the card of severance, you'd have to say. But he does get the Fred Flintstone card, the blunt instrument. So Trump is certainly capable of wielding the club. But I need to clarify on the Knight of Cups because I'm not quite sure what the Knight is offering. What's the Knight of Cups about? What's the Knight of Cups about here? Oh, disappointment. Okay, all right, I would say the offer is to Sessions, you can resign instead of being sacked. And there's disappointment. So is this Sessions' disappointment or Trump's disappointment? Oh, Lordy. More questions are coming up than being answered, aren't they? It's very curious. All right, let's see what the second question brings. It might clarify it a bit. Well, so will Trump fire Sessions? Yeah, maybe. It certainly wasn't clear. I'm going to put it a different way. Will Lindsey Graham replace Sessions? Will Lindsey Graham replace Sessions? Father card. Okay. Queen of Swords in the middle. Okay. This is somewhat ironic, viewers. If Lindsey Graham is a homophobic gay man, if he's in the closet, he could possibly be the Queen of Swords. Backroom deals, deals over the waters. This is Russia, who has more than a finger in the pie. This is black money and group work. I'm just seeing Russia all over this, all over this. Would you believe on top, the Death card? So, death is the end of one cycle and the bringing in of another. Oh, Lordy. And the King of Cups, not a million miles from being Putin in many ways. I've seen him as Putin before. I'm just seeing Russia, 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 Russia in this. Russia will do anything to shut down the Mueller probe because, apart from getting huge influence in another country, the biggest country on earth, the extra bonus is oligarchs' assets are going to be frozen as a result of the Mueller probe. So I think this is Putin, and I think Russia is all across this. But what I'm thinking is, what we're all picking up on with this story, I think this is Russia's plan, and I think Trump loves it. But it doesn't mean it's going to pass. It doesn't mean it's going to happen. But I think we're picking up on this wave. I think that's exactly what they're talking about behind the scenes. Oh, now it makes more sense to me. Okay. Let's have a look at the third part of this and see if we can find any more, which is, will Lindsey Graham fire Rosenstein and Mueller? But this, I think, is part of the grand plan. Because Trump's fundamentally a gambler, not in the conventional sense, but in the sense he's always just spun the wheel and gone, well, let them sort it out. Everyone has said, don't do this, don't do this. And he's probably going, you know what, I'm going to do it. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. So, with this diabolical plan, is the aim to fire Rosenstein and Mueller. Rosenstein and Mueller. Let's look. Queen of Swords is back. Knight of Swords, Mad Cup, victories and losses. All right, that's how. Look, this is how I see it, viewers. I see it as a really high-risk strategy. It's a game they're playing. All the players are into it, including Lindsey Graham, Trump, Putin. Ironically, it could be Sessions that's the boy with his finger in the dike, or the guy propping up America in a funny way. Okay, I think this is Sessions in the middle. Made an offer he doesn't want. Queen of Swords, I'm now going, in this and other related readings, thinking of Lindsey Graham as the Queen of Swords. What's at the root of this madness? The Knight of Swords, revenge, the vengeful knight, not thinking, just going forward with the sword out. Go on then, I'll just take as many as I can. You stop me, is the vibe. Okay. Now that strategy has always worked for Trump by and large. He's had victories and losses, and he's just lucky he's been bailed out of his many bankruptcies by progressively dodgy financial institutions. So when the US stopped loaning to him, he went to Deutsche Bank, and when Deutsche Bank stopped, the Russians were pouring money in the words of Don Jr. So to be the Knight of Swords has been Trump's modus operandi. It's not new. But with the Five of Swords, there's also that element. The main figure in the Five of Swords isn't popular with the people, even those who fought alongside him. So there's a two-edged sword, if you pardon the pun, with this and Trump, because Trump wants to be the hard ass, but he wants to be liked. So there is a contradiction there. Outcome: lies, deception, and madness. Well, that way madness lies, that's for sure. Oh, Lord. Well, just to sum up on that, viewers, I do feel at this stage it's a real plan, but I don't know if it would be acceptable even to this corrupt GOP. I think it's being talked about, but we'll have to keep our eye on it and read on it again to see if it's likely to happen. But let's look at it for now as a plan that they've got. Okay, so now I'm moving on to Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Now with Georgia, this is the governorship, and we're looking at Stacey Abrams, Democrat, African-American woman, could be the first African-American woman governor, I believe, if she gets this. And she's up against Brian Kemp, is that his name? Brian Kemp, who is a foul and treacherous guy. He has already, thank you, Ava, for letting me know this. He has already, in his position, he's got a government position that he should have let go of if he's going for governor. Of course, in this new way of doing business, he hasn't. And he's managed to stop 53,000 votes, early votes, from going forward. And 70% of those votes are African American votes. And so this is part of the disenfranchising of America. So, look, we've got to keep looking, always, viewers, at the long game with this. And the gerrymandering has to be pulled up. I'm talking after the midterms. There really has to be a serious look at how you guys run elections, because it doesn't resemble democracies in other countries. It's outrageous who can't vote, who doesn't vote, and to go around the world advocating democracy when America itself does it so badly. You had the Al Gore episode with George Bush. You have failed machines. You do it on a Tuesday where working class people can't readily go. In Australia, it's a Saturday. It's this mosaic of little things to stop people voting. And in this case, from what I understand, unless someone's voting record contains the exact thing as on their enrolment, it's counted as null and void. So if my name's Leanne and I spell it with a hyphen when I register and without a hyphen when I vote, invalid. Now this sort of thing, this is just rubbish authoritarian garbage to stop effective voting and to undercut people's confidence in the system so they don't bother. Really effective tactic, but it has to be looked at. If all Americans reclaimed their vote, we wouldn't be in this situation now. So it's a matter, Hillary was robbed, it all goes on. Okay, they've been stealing elections for a long time. Now the Russians not only are hacking, they're active. So this all has to be looked at before 2020. So Americans, reclaim the vote. It's really simple. It's, when I say simple, it's not simple to resolve, but the issue, the core of the issue is getting Americans to vote and being supported in that process. So let's look now at Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp. Brian Kemp, not a nice guy. So I'll do Stacey on the left, I'll do Brian Kemp on the right. Come on, Georgia. Do the right thing, please, Georgia. These are nerve-wracking, doing these readings on the particular races. Absolutely nerve-wracking. Stacey versus Brian. All right, Stacey versus Brian. Here we go. Oh, she gets the star. Oh, she gets strength. Oh, over the water. Oh, love and adore, love and adore. Oh, so far, so good. What does this treacherous, mean-spirited bastard get? Oh, he's got the magician. Oh, swords in the heart. Oh, Queen of Pentacles being paid for. Oh, well, I'm happy about this, but as I was just saying, and as you guys are all saying too, she's doing very well now, and you know what? She's likely to pull it off. So it depends how strong this money card is in him being able to pull out some magic, in other words, to rob her of the governorship. But let's do the good bit first. She gets the star, the best card in the pack. Just inspiration, hope, beautiful card, really deserving of it. Wow. She gets the strength card. She is a lioness. goes Stacy. She gets looking out over the waters, waiting for her ship to come in. This is her time. Oh, he gets Magician. Now, obviously, we all know, I don't like the terms white and black magic, but let's say good and evil is also a bit of a binary, but he's a magician, slippery, has power at his disposal. Where does that power come from? An older woman with money. So he could be benefiting. I don't know if Rebecca Mercer even knows his name, but the implication is he's benefiting from that Republican super money. But I couldn't be happier, viewers. There he is, 3 swords in the heart. Let's hope. Oh, please. All right. Looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thank you for your donations. You've been really, really kind, and it really makes a difference. And thanks for booking the readings. I'm loving meeting you. Bye now. See you soon.